Matilda Calderon gave birth to Frida Kahlo at the beginning of the dismantlement of the sentiments that came from the casta paintings, and these paintings would emerge in the late 17 to early 1800s. These describe the ethnic background or racial makeup, basically all of the above, that inhabited the land called New Spain, aka Mexico. Matilda is of Tijuana indigenous descent and European ancestry, which is universally understood as mestizo. But what is important to me is that I describe in my research the different racial categories that were imposed onto the people of New Mexico as a means of caste. If we are trying to understand the radical as described wardrobe and how she carried herself. My personal favorite aspect of researching more about her life is connecting her personal interests into her style and items. Considering my own love for symbolism and personal uniqueness in my work and home, I identify heavily with how Frida decorates her person and life. What is important to me is the nuance is addressed and understood. Underneath the time period where the casta paintings were viewed as a visual statistic to a growing problem to the rulers of Spain, these social categories of implication were to be stomped on by the generation Frida was born into. The collective in Mexico, especially in the city, were being unified under the idea of La Raza or La Raza Cósmica. And you'd especially find people expressing sentiments of indigenous acknowledgement or a new approach to indigeneity as a mean of reclaiming identity during this time. This was, of course, also seen as radical, with, in my opinion, a touch of acceptance to neoliberal sentiment. But this does not excuse cultural appropriation. This happens, but the historical fact is that the Tijuana-style dress Frida took inspiration from was presented in her mother's ancestry. Her having Chinese seamstress making skirts in the same style but in popular Chinese fabrics or embroidery is a result of a personal love and appreciation of Chinese culture. Jose Vasconcelos, someone Frida would become familiar with during her time at school due to his published writings, La Raza Cósmica, would spew xenophobic sentiments towards Chinese people as a result of a politically charged narrative that they, as in the Chinese, were taking money from the real Mexicans in Mexico. Right. Frida didn't believe that shit. But tomorrow's Sunday, so I guess I'll get to y'all then. Stay safe and do your own research.